Hi, I'm Sophie. So this is a nice quick flow. You can do it any time of day. So we're going to start today in Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of the feet together, letting the knees fall out wide. Lying down on our backs and closing down the eyes. Just taking a moment to arrive here, noticing how the body's feeling today. Together we'll take one hand to the belly and one hand to the chest as we start to notice the breath. So together we'll breathe in through the nose and audibly exhale through the mouth. In through the nose. I'm really sighing everything out. Taking a couple more breaths like this in your own time. Taking this time to maybe notice those areas of tightness. Those areas we can send the breath to and work into today. On your next inhale, bring your hands to the outer edges of your knees. Gently draw your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around and give yourself a nice big squeeze. Maybe rocking from side to side here, just waking up through the back body. We'll take one hand to each knee as we draw the knees towards the chest and then circle them in an outwards direction. So almost like you're doing breaststroke, drawing the knees in towards the chest and then sending them out wide. So we're just loosening into the hip space here. Just taking a couple more circles, one way and then the other, just waking everything up. And when you've done the same amount on each side, and when you've gone both ways, and you feel you've taken enough circles, we're going to squeeze the knees in towards the chest, rise the forehead towards the knees, and engage the core. Bring the hands to the back of the thighs as we gently rock and roll up and down our mat. Eventually coming to cross the feet, we'll meet in a seated position at the top of our mat. So beginning our practice today with a collective breath, we'll roll shoulders up, back and down, grounding through the sit bones. Together we'll take a deep inhale through the nose, sighing everything out through the mouth. We'll start with a gentle neck stretch. So stretching the left fingertips towards the left side of the room. We'll rise our right arm towards the sky. Let that right arm gently fall over the head onto the left ear as you let the head fall over to the right hand side. So really try and keep those left fingertips engaged so you can feel that juicy stretch down the side of the neck, over the top of the shoulder. We're here for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, release the bind, come back to center. Just roll the shoulders up, back and down, resetting the body. Stretching our right fingertips towards the right side of the room this time, left fingertips towards the sky as we inhale. Exhale to let that left hand fall over the right ear and gently draw the head towards the left hand side. So finding that lovely stretch down the side of the neck, over the shoulder, really keeping those right fingertips engaged. Just being careful not to put too much pressure on the head here. We're here for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, release the bind. We're going to pad the hands forward, roll over the knees, coming to find our tabletop position. So in our tabletop position, our shoulders are over our wrists, our hips are over our knees, our toes are untucked. We'll move through some cat-cows. So inhale, press down to lift up, curve the spine and shine the chest forward. Exhale to dome the spine, tucking the chin towards the chest and the gaze towards the belly. Inhale, press down to lift up, shining that hot space forward. And exhale to dome. Now today we're going to take a slight variation on our cat-cow. So we're now going to take our knees wide, letting the toes touch. On our exhale, we're going to sit all the way back to the heels, coming through our child's pose. And on our inhale, we're going to snake the body forward, keeping those elbows hugging towards the side of the body. as we lift up. So exhale to dome, really feeling that space between the shoulder blades expand. And inhale to come forward. So we're like a snake moving through these motions in your own breath now. Inhaling to come forward, open out through the heart space. And exhale to dome. When you've taken a few of those, we can come back to our tabletop position. This time we're going to tuck the toes, hover the knees off the ground for 3, for 2, and for 1. Press it all the way up and back, downward facing dog. So maybe you want to pedal out through the feet here, take a deep bend in the knees, sending the chest towards the thighs as we soften through the shoulders. Pressing down into the mat with all 10 toes as we find a moment of stillness. Together we'll inhale, right leg towards the sky, flex the toes. Step or guide the foot between the hands. Ensure your right knee is tracking in line with your right ankle as you press down to lift up. High crescent lunge. 1 breath here, inhale, lifting up and out of the hips. And exhale, fan the arms open, warrior 2. So we're really pressing into the outer edge of the back foot, deep bend in that front knee, softening through the shoulders. 1 breath here, inhale. Exhale, bring your right forearm to your right thigh as you sweep the left arm up and round past your face, extended side angle. Really dialing that chest towards the sky. 1 breath here, inhale. Exhale, release, come back to frame that front foot. We're going to lower the back knee down, keeping those back toes tucked as we press down to lift up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Breathing here for 1 breath. Inhale. Exhale, come to frame the front foot. Option to keep the back knee down or tuck back toes, lift back knee as we press down through the left hand and peel up through the right in a twist. 1 breath here, inhale, rotating from the center of the spine, gazing towards those lifted fingertips. Exhale, flying that right hand inside the right foot, heel toeing the right foot to the outer edge of the mat. So you may be rocking backwards and forwards here for just a moment before we lower the back knee down, untuck the back toes, and arrive in our lizard lunge. So breathing here, maybe you want to lower down onto the forearms. Just letting the head hang heavy. Don't worry if you're up here. Just go wherever your body feels it needs to go today. So when you're ready, if you're down on your forearms, you're going to rise up now. Tuck back toes, lift back knee. We're going to step our left foot to the outside of our left hand. So launching forward, coming into our Malasana squat. So elbows pressing the knees outwards, lifting up through the chest. Opening through the hips. Maybe you want to take the fingertips to the floor and just find a bit of movement here. So don't worry if your heels don't find the ground. Just maybe rocking backwards and forwards here. Maybe you want to interlace the hands and take them to the base of the skull. Pulling the neck down. So just so you know what that looks like. Knees out wide, toes facing outwards. Hands interlacing the back of the skull or pressing into those knees. Maybe finding some movement here. Take 1 more breath, inhale. Exhale, fingertips find the mat. Shoot that bottom upwards. Heel toe the feet, hips distance. Coming into your Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, fingertips to shins. Look forward, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. Root to rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Rippling up through the spine. Taking the arms wide, lightly touching them together. And then exhale, bend the knees to fold, Uttanasana. This time we'll step our right foot and then our left foot to the back of the mat, high plank. Shifting the weight forward, we'll lower knees, chest and chin all the way down to the belly. Locking those elbows to the side of the body as we roll the shoulders down and lift the chest in cobra. And then we'll exhale, roll all the way back. Over the knees, tucking the toes and lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathing into the posture here as we start to notice the difference between both sides of the body and as we wake up all those sticky and tight areas. Moving straight onto the left-hand side now, left leg towards the sky, flexing the toes. Step or guide the foot between the hands. Press down to rise up, high crescent lunge. So headlights of the hips facing forward, all 10 toes facing forward, left knee tracking in line with left ankle. We're here for one breath. Inhale, find space between the shoulders and the ears. Before we exhale, fan the arms out, warrior two. So we're pressing into the outer edge of that back foot, deep bend in the front knee, ensure it's tracking in line with that left ankle, softening through the shoulders. One breath here, inhale. Exhale, left forearm to the left thigh as we sweep the right arm all the way around past our face for extended side angle. So we're trying to lift out of the hips, try not to put too much weight on that left arm, dialing the chest towards the sky. We're here for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, release. Come back to frame that front foot. Lowering the back knee down now, keeping those back toes tucked as we press down to lift up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So lifting up and out of the hips. One breath here, inhale. Exhale, come to frame that front foot. Option to keep the back knee down if you did on the other side. If not, pressing down through the right hand, lifting back knee, tucking back toes, sweeping that left arm towards the sky and our twist. Gazing towards those lifted fingertips, rotating from the center of the spine, pressing down to lift up for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, fly that left hand inside the left foot, heel toe the left foot to the outer edge of the mat. Maybe rocking backwards and forwards here for just a moment before we lower the back knee down, untuck the back toes, and arrive in our lizard lunge. So just respect the difference between both sides of your body here. Each side is very different. One side might feel really open and the other might feel really tight. So just maybe you don't go down onto your forearms on this side, and that's absolutely fine. So just going wherever your body feels it needs to go today, letting that head hang heavy. Sending the breath to create space. When you're ready, we'll rise back up onto the hands, tuck back toes, lift back knee. We're going to step our right foot like we did on the other side to the outside of the right hand, coming into our yogi squat, our malasana. So hands to heart center, pressing those knees out with the elbows, lifting out of the hips, rising through the chest. This time we'll take a stretch. So right hand inside the left knee. Left arm towards the sky, opening through the heart space. One breath here, inhale. Exhale, come back through center, maybe reaching forward, tucking the chin towards the chest. And exhale as you come onto the other side. One more breath here in your malasana, opening out through the side of the body. One more breath. Exhale, come back through center, tucking the chin towards the chest. This time, fingertips find the ground as you heel toe the feet back to your hips distance, coming into your Uttanasana forward fold. Inhale, fingertips to shins, look forward, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. Root to rise, Ardha Hastasana, rippling up through the spine. Taking those arms wide, lightly touching the palms together, and exhale, bring them down to your heart center. Inhale, rising the arms towards the sky, lightly touch the palms together, and exhale, bend the knees, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, fingertips to shins, look forward, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. This time you step back with the left foot, and then the right foot, high plank. Shifting the weight forward. This time you might want to move through high to low plank, or you can go knees, chest, chin. Coming to the belly. Zipping those elbows together, rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Lifting the chest in cobra. Exhale to roll back, all the way over the knees. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. We'll just finish our standing sequence with 2 spinal rolls. So on your inhale, rising up onto the toes, rippling the weight forwards over the wrists, shifting forward. Before we bend the knees, shoot the bottom back, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. One last time, inhale, rise high on the toes, rippling through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring the weight over the hands, and then bend the knees, shoot the bottom back, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, gaze forward. Take as many teeny tiny steps as you like. Come to find a seated position at the top of our mat. We'll bring one hand to each knee. Inhale, curve the spine, shine the chest forward. And exhale, lower all the way down. When you get there, taking hold of opposite elbows. Windscreen wiping the legs from side to side. And we'll just finish with a final stretch. So ensuring you can tickle your heels with your fingertips. We're going to stretch our right leg towards the sky, flexing those toes towards the face. Bring the right foot to the left thigh, interlacing the hands behind the left thigh and squeezing it towards the body. We're pressing the right knee out with the right elbow and just tucking the chin here to protect the neck. Keeping the gaze firmly on the ceiling. We're here for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, release the bind. Keeping the legs in the figure four, we're going to take the left hand to the right ankle and just let the legs fall over to the left-hand side. Stretching that right arm up above your head and gazing underneath that right armpit. Breathing here. Just noticing all that lovely space we've created. Sending the breath to release any final areas of tension as we begin to quieten the mind. So when you're ready, bringing those knees back through center, taking that leg the way you came, so stretching the right leg to the sky and then let it find the mat again. Realign yourself, checking you can tickle your heels with your fingertips. This time left leg to sky, flexing the toes, left foot to right thigh. Interlacing the hands behind the right thigh and squeezing it towards the chest. Flexing the toes to protect the knees. And again, tucking the chin and keeping the gaze on the ceiling to protect the neck. We're here for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let the right foot find the floor. This time, right hand to left ankle as we let the legs fall over to the right hand side. Stretching the left arm above your head on the floor behind you and gazing underneath that left armpit. Breathing here. We're here for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Letting that left foot find the mat. We'll just take hold of opposite elbows above the head and just windscreen wipe the legs from side to side, loosening through those hips. Option for a final happy baby, rising the legs towards the sky, taking hold of the outer edges of the feet, ankles or calves. Maybe swaying from side to side. Closing down the eyes now. We'll eventually release one leg and then the other, coming to lie down on our backs. Letting the arms rest by the sides of the body with the palms facing up towards the sky. See if you can shuffle your shoulder blades down, just elongate through the spine. Breathing here. Feeling the weight of the body falling into the floor. Softening through the chest, the belly and the hips. Through the thighs, the calves and the feet. Feeling the weight of the arms soften into the ground as our palms shine up towards the sky. Finally, releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth, softening here. As we arrive in our final and most important posture of the practice, our Shavasana. As we breathe here for these final few moments, just take an opportunity to notice the space we've created. The space for all the prana, the energy to start to creep its way back into. We'll begin to wiggle the toes and the fingers, bringing some life back into the body. Keeping the eyes closed, interlacing the hands at the base of the skull. Just find space through the spine. When you're ready, being mindful of what's around you, stretch all the way from the fingertips down to the toes, nice big stretch. And then we'll tuck the knees in towards the chest, wrap your arms around and give yourself a nice big squeeze. Finding a moment of gratitude for your body and everything it did for you today. When you're ready, rolling onto the right hand side into the fetal position. And then in your own time, rising up to find a seated position at the top of our mat. Moving any fleshy bits to the bottom. Once again, rolling shoulders up, back and down, grounding through the sit bones. We'll close our practice the way we began with a collective breath. So together we'll inhale, stretch the arms towards the sky. Lightly touch the palms together and exhale as we bring the hands to our heart center. Taking a moment to come back to your intention. Together we'll bow the chin towards the chest. Namaste.